Waking up early is supposed to be a superpower. According to the internet, every successful person wakes up at 5 a.m. They meditate, journal, go for a run, read 3 chapters of a book, reply to emails, invest in the stock market, start 2 businesses, and somehow, it's still only 6:17 in the morning. Meanwhile, your alarm goes off, you open one eye, and immediately begin negotiating with yourself. 5 more minutes, which is a lie, because those 5 minutes somehow teleport you an entire hour into the future. Now you're sprinting around the house trying to put on your socks while eating breakfast, like you're competing in some weird Olympic event. So naturally, people assume the solution is simple. Just have more discipline. Really? If discipline were enough, nobody would have invented the snooze button. Here's the funny part. Most people don't struggle to wake up early because they're lazy. They struggle because they're trying to wake up at the wrong time, with the wrong habits, for the wrong reasons. And that's why waking up early feels impossible. But here's the good news. Waking up early every day is actually much simpler than people think. Not easier, simpler. There's a huge difference, because waking up early doesn't actually begin in the morning. It begins the night before. Imagine trying to bake a cake after forgetting to buy the ingredients. No flour, no eggs, no sugar, then acting surprised when nothing comes out of the oven. That's basically what most of us do with sleep. We stay awake scrolling until midnight, watch one more episode, tell ourselves, I'll definitely wake up at 5 tomorrow, then act shocked when our body files an official complaint. Your morning is usually decided by your evening, not your alarm. Here's something weird. People love buying louder alarm clocks. Some alarms sound like fire drills. Others sound like nuclear emergencies. I've even seen alarms that slowly roll off your bedside table, so you have to chase them around your room. At that point, you're not building a morning routine. You're hunting electronics. The problem isn't usually the alarm. The problem is that your body genuinely needs more sleep. No alarm can negotiate with biology. Here's another myth. People think waking up early automatically makes you productive. It doesn't. Imagine waking up at 5 a.m., then spending 2 hours scrolling through social media. Congratulations, you're now unproductive. Just earlier. The goal isn't waking up early. The goal is creating uninterrupted time. There's a huge difference. Think about why mornings feel peaceful. Your phone isn't exploding with notifications. Nobody's asking you for favors. Emails haven't piled up yet. The world is surprisingly quiet. That's what you're actually trying to wake up for. Not the clock, the calm. Now here's the biggest mistake almost everyone makes. They try to change everything overnight. One day they wake up at 9. The next day they decide, tomorrow, 5 a.m. Your body hears that plan and laughs. Imagine you've never exercised before. Would you walk into a gym and immediately try lifting a car? Probably not. So why do we expect our sleep schedule to completely transform overnight? Instead, move your bedtime and wake up time earlier by 15 or 20 minutes every few days. That's it. Tiny adjustments. Your body likes consistency, not surprises. Here's another thing nobody talks about. Your brain remembers patterns. Imagine every single night you brush your teeth, turn off the lights, read a few pages, then go to sleep. Eventually, your brain starts recognizing that routine. It's like your body quietly says, "Oh, I know what comes next." Now imagine your nightly routine looks like this. Watch Netflix, scroll TikTok, check Instagram, watch one YouTube video. Actually, 5 YouTube videos. Accidentally start reading Wikipedia about ancient Roman plumbing. Suddenly, it's 1:43 a.m. Your brain isn't preparing for sleep. It's preparing for entertainment. And entertainment rarely whispers, "Time for bed." It usually says, "Just one more." Here's a trick that changed everything for me. Instead of focusing on waking up earlier, focus on going to bed earlier. Sounds obvious, almost too obvious. But most people spend all their effort fighting the morning instead of fixing the evening. It's like trying to stop water from leaking onto the floor without fixing the hole in the ceiling. Solve the real problem, not the symptom. Now let's talk about phones, because, let's be honest, they're usually the villain. Have you ever noticed how impossible it feels to stop scrolling at night? You tell yourself, I'll check one notification. Then, suddenly, you're watching a guy restore a rusty spoon from 1943. How did we get here? Nobody knows. Phones are designed to keep your attention, not protect your bedtime. That's why one of the easiest tricks is also one of the most boring. Charge your phone somewhere else. Not beside your bed, across the room, or even better, outside your bedroom. Now suddenly, instead of grabbing your phone first thing in the morning, you actually have to stand up. And standing up is surprisingly dangerous for sleeping once you're already on your feet. Going back to bed feels much less tempting. Humans are creatures of momentum. Which brings us to another point. Momentum works both ways. If the first thing you do after waking up is lie in bed, you'll probably stay there. If the first thing you do is open the curtains, drink some water, or splash your face with cold water, your brain starts waking up surprisingly quickly. Small actions create bigger actions. The same way one potato chip somehow becomes the entire bag. Here's another myth. People think morning people naturally love mornings. Not necessarily. Most of them just love what mornings give them. Peace, quiet, time to think. Imagine walking into your favorite coffee shop before anyone else arrives. It's calm. Nobody's rushing. Nobody's talking over each other. Now imagine the same place at lunchtime. Completely different experience. The morning isn't magical. It's just less crowded. That's exactly what early mornings feel like. You get a few hours where the world leaves you alone, and that's incredibly valuable. Now here's something interesting. Your alarm shouldn't answer one question. It should answer two. The first is, what time do I wake up? The second, and far more important one, is, why? Think about it. Imagine someone tells you, wake up at 5 a.m. Why? Because successful people do? That's not very motivating. Now imagine someone says, wake up early so you can spend 1 uninterrupted hour working on the business that could eventually let you quit the job you hate. That's different. Or maybe you want time to exercise, read, study, write. Enjoy breakfast without inhaling it like you're competing in a speed eating contest. Your reason pulls you out of bed. The alarm only reminds you. Here's another mistake. People rely entirely on willpower. Willpower is great until you're half asleep. Half asleep you has completely different priorities. Night you creates ambitious plans. Morning you immediately starts negotiating. Technically, tomorrow is also a good day to start. Don't rely on morning you. Help morning you. Lay out your clothes the night before. Fill your water bottle. Pack your bag. Prepare breakfast. Make waking up ridiculously easy. The fewer decisions you make in the morning, the better. Here's the real cheat code. Give yourself something to look forward to. Seriously. Imagine waking up early means immediately sitting down to answer stressful emails. Sounds awful. Now imagine waking up means making your favorite coffee, reading a chapter of a book you actually enjoy, or taking a peaceful walk while the streets are still empty. Suddenly, your brain doesn't hate mornings quite as much. The easiest habits are the ones attached to rewards. Now here's something almost nobody realizes. Missing one morning doesn't ruin anything. Imagine missing one workout. You're still healthy. Imagine eating one unhealthy meal. You're still fine. The problem isn't missing once. The problem is turning one miss into a new habit. We've all done this. Oversleep once, then say, well, I already ruined the streak. Now suddenly it's been 3 weeks. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means returning quickly. That's all. Here's another mindset shift. Stop calling yourself not a morning person. Imagine saying, I'm just bad with money, or I'm just lazy. Eventually, your brain starts protecting that identity. Humans love proving themselves right, even when it hurts them. Instead, start saying, I'm becoming someone who wakes up early. Tiny difference, massive impact. Every morning you get up, even if it's just 10 minutes earlier than usual, becomes proof. And proof changes identity. Now let's talk about weekends. This is where most routines quietly fall apart. You wake up at 6 every weekday. Then Saturday arrives. You sleep until 11. Now Monday feels like jet lag. Your body has no idea what's happening. Imagine changing time zones every weekend. That's basically what you're doing. You don't have to wake up at exactly the same minute every day, but keeping it reasonably close makes Monday infinitely easier. Your body loves rhythm. Now here's the biggest aha moment. People think waking up early creates successful people. Sometimes it's the opposite. Successful habits make waking up early easier. When you exercise regularly, eat well, limit late-night scrolling, and have exciting goals, waking up stops feeling like punishment. It starts feeling like an opportunity. That's why copying someone else's wake-up time rarely works. Copy their habits. The wake-up time usually follows. Finally, remember this. There's nothing magical about 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or even 7 a.m. Some people genuinely do their best work at different times. The goal isn't winning some imaginary competition over who wakes up earliest. The goal is waking up consistently with enough energy to actually enjoy your day. So go to bed earlier, keep your phone away, create a simple nighttime routine, move your schedule gradually, prepare everything the night before, give yourself a reason to get out of bed, and don't panic if you slip up, because waking up early isn't about one perfect morning. It's about building mornings you actually want to wake up for. And here's the funny thing. Once your mornings stop feeling rushed, You'll wonder how you ever started your day any other way, because the greatest benefit of waking up early isn't having more hours, it's finally feeling like those hours belong to you. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, not because it'll magically turn you into one of those mysterious people who smiles before sunrise. Although if watching productivity videos automatically fixed sleep schedules, alarm clock companies would have gone out of business years ago. But if this helped even a little, stick around. We've got plenty more simple wins to collect together.